I found a lot of interesting things inside of Volkswagens before. Leftover food, kids' toys, books, tools, Volkswagen parts, dead animals, bugs, acorns, patchouli, money, MP3 players, cell phones, kitchen utensils, used condoms. Yeah, some pretty disgusting things are often found in the Beetle, but I gotta say, this is the first time that I ever found this. So I was up here in the roof of this Beetle the other day, and I was doing a little welding along this patch. This here used to be a sunroof, but it ended up rotting out really bad around it. The owner wanted to keep the car because the car was in pretty decent shape. It needed new heater channels and new floors, but we wanted to fill the sunroof because of just how poorly damaged it was, rather than trying to repair or replace it. Ended up just cutting it out and actually grafting in a leftover piece of the 1956 oval Beetle roof right here. And as I've been patching it together, welding in just a little seam at a time, it's flash rusted since because it's been sitting for a while. But I just started to smell this really dank weed. I mean, just it smelled just what I remember weed smelling as a teenager. As I'm looking around the neighborhood trying to figure out what it is, because in this neighborhood I'm not the least bit surprised to smell weed, and I noticed that it's actually all along this weld seam here where the welds haven't filled in yet. The smoke is pouring out of it, and looking in the window of the Beetle, the car is full of smoke. I mean, it's just smoke. So I went inside and I started to look, and this is where it starts to get really interesting. So when I got inside the Beetle trying to figure out what was burning, because of course it has no interior in it, and because it has absolutely no headliner installed, I started to notice that the smoke was pouring out of here. And you can see the little black spot where the smoke was just kind of emanating up from, and I guess it was drawing in some fresh air up through the A-pillar, because it was kind of a draft going backwards. But I saw a little piece of plastic right here, just a little triangular piece, and when I pulled it out, oh shit, that's what I pulled out of it. This sucker was smoldering and it stunk. It smelled something fierce. It smelled worse than the weed did when I was a kid. I don't know what's the matter with it. It's probably just because it's like 20 years old or something. This bag is plastic and it's rough. It's been oxidized. It's not clear anymore. But I would say that somebody at some point stuffed their stash up in the headliner here, in between headliners. Someone had put a new headliner in since. And of course, 20-something years later, the headliner all shredded to shit and fell apart. But yeah, I found a big old bag of weed. I'm sure there's bigger ones, but it looked like it was probably about a quarter ounce to me. It was more full until I just dumped it all over the place. But now I gotta figure out a way to dispose of it. Like I said, it stinks pretty bad. And if it didn't smell so bad, and if it didn't have all of the welding ash and slag and stuff in it, I would probably come up with a more creative way to dispose of this one. And I was thinking, you know, some space cakes. But no, we're gonna have to get rid of this. This is not gonna stay in this car, and I can't wait to tell the owner what we found. All right, I couldn't come up with any better way to handle this, but I'm thinking probably my I can go ahead and get up here in the channel and blow out whatever might be in there that's loose. I suspect that I'm probably not going to find anything else other than a whole lot of dirt and maybe a little bit of the loose shit that dumped out of the baggie when I pulled it out. But we're about to see what comes out of it. Could be exciting. Maybe more weed, maybe some money. If that's somebody's stash, who knows what's in there. I'm going to go ahead and look up under the hood and see if anything came out of the bottom of the A-pillars. There's a possibility that something might have dumped out of there, but I didn't see anything, so that might have actually been it. Well, nothing came out of there when I blew down through the channels, as you can see on the video. And when I looked up underneath the hood, at the bottom of the A-pillar here, you would expect it to have dumped out if there was anything in there, and nothing came out there either. I figured for sure I would have found something come out through the little dome light hole, but again, nothing came out of there. Nothing can go out through the back because there's a big wad of foam in here that's comes from the Volkswagen manufacturer back when they built this car. They did that for insulator, both from noise and from engine heat, to stop the air from coming up from the engine compartment. So I figured if I would have seen it, it would have come out of here, somewhere out of here, or down in the hood, and nothing came out that I could see. So it looks like I got the majority of it out when I pulled out the bag. But anyway, the one thing that the camera can't pick up, though, is the smell. While no material came out that you could see, I can still smell it. It smells in here a lot. I've definitely stirred something up. I think this car is as clean as I'm going to get it. I'm not going to be digging around in here looking for additional weed. That is the new owner's problem. I will talk to him about it, and I'll let him know what I found in here. He'll probably get a real laugh out of it. He's an older man. And anyway, I got to get back to finishing up this weld seam so all these little pinholes of light disappear, and get it all cleaned up and smooth out the surface, and we should be good to go. Well, it's too bad. It's going to hurt the hearts of many. Probably not my neighbors, though. They're actually having a party and the wind is blowing that way. But here goes. Actually looks like it's melting. That's unusual. Get a stick and stir that shit up. Oh yeah, that's the smell. I sure hope somebody doesn't call the cops on that one. Well, I don't know if we should call it irony or a coincidence, but the pot was burned in the pot. And I was thinking, you know, some space cakes. Oh, shit.
No more space cakes for you.